Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So in today's video I'm going to be replying to your question. A few weeks ago, I think it was, I'm not actually sure when it was because time is going so fast these days that it might have been 2 days ago, but I think it was last week ago. I asked you to write me on Instagram, on my DMs, any questions, if you need an advice, if you're going through a hard time and you just want to have this external advice. So I've got a few of them. I'm going to read them and try to give you my opinion on my advice. So let's start. Hello, I saw your post on YouTube and my issue you can talk about and give advice on is my fear of death and dying young. I would really appreciate if you did respond to this. So this is a very deep question. It's not a question that someone can answer in 5 minutes, but I will try to give you a nice response with the time that I have, and also taking into account that I am doing this completely spontaneously. I don't have a script. Didn't prepare my essay before. So let's see if I can make sense. First of all, I think this is a question that every human being at some point will ask themselves. When we're young, we don't really think of it. But when we get older with age, more mature, more wiser, we start to think about things like that. Now, if thinking of something like that is taking away your enjoyment in life, then that's like giving up on life. That's not the point. You need to enjoy your life. Even though in the back of your head we're all like animals, we all have this life instinct, but we are here to live. Now this question is interesting because I am religious and I believe in God, so my answer is going to be completely different to someone that does not believe in God, and we have completely different beliefs and different thoughts. I don't know where you stand in your beliefs, but what I can say is that it's normal to think about it sometimes, and it's normal that everyone thought about it, every human being thought about that, but it's not good if you're taking it the step too far and that you are just obsessed with, and it makes you sad and giving you anxiety. That's not good, because then it's not good for you. It's not good for you. It's difficult. I know it's always easier said than done, but it's really true. You want to be happy. You want to enjoy life. You want to enjoy everything that's on this earth. You want to be a good person. You want to do good. For example, someone lives up to 100 years, let's say, but they didn't do anything good in their life. What is it worth? Do you see what I mean? Someone that, let's say someone is going to live, I don't know, 30 years, but they did so much good. So much good. What's better? You see, I'm not trying to... What's better? You can ask yourself the question, what is better? So try to live a meaningful life. Try to do good. Be good towards yourself, and try not to overthink what will happen after. Okay, because we're all going to be in these shoes. So try not to think too much about what will be after. Just concentrate on where you're now. Because if you're here now, that's where you're meant to be. Okay? The day that will come, that will be in a different world, in a different perspective, then you'll have to deal with where you are now. But for the moment, concentrate where you are now. Do good, be good, think good. Thoughts become actions. Anyway, I don't want to. I've been thinking, oh my gosh, 8 minutes on these questions. Obviously, it's going to be edited because it's not going to be 8 minutes. But I hope that I could help. Obviously, you know, I believe in God. So if you ask someone else, they may tell you something else. But all of my replies, they are all from my mentality. They're all from my beliefs. I will never answer something that is not from my belief, because then it's better you ask someone else. So anyway, let's go to the second question. Okay, so the second question is, I didn't realize how easy it was to meet and interact with people your age in primary to high school. How do I meet friends or girlfriends, especially during these times? Now that I'm in college, it's not as easy to meet people as it was back then. It's true that this is absolutely true. It is much more difficult now to meet people, to be social, because we're not social now. We're not in a natural state. We are in a completely not natural state to the human beings. Human beings are meant to be social. We're meant to interact. We're meant to have people in our lives. So we're all in the same shit, you know. Nowadays, with the technology and our phones and all of that, and internet all over, you can meet people through apps. Now, usually apps is more like for like dating, but you have to adjust. Human beings can adjust very, very well to situations. Like, we underestimate ourselves when it comes to adjusting to difficult situations, but we always do. And even if it's something new now that it sucks, I completely agree with that. It sucks, but there is no choice. There is no choice, especially if you want to meet like a girlfriend, or I don't know, then maybe try going on an app. And also there is something else that you can do. You always have friends that can introduce you to someone, or friends, okay? That is a good idea. If you ask a friend to introduce you to someone, you can also do like family reunions, family meetings. You can also do family meetings where like your brothers and sisters, I'm not sure what's your family life like, but where all of your family brings like friends, and then it's a really, really nice social family event, and you cook some nice things, you know, everyone can eat, and everyone's talking together. We don't have a choice. We have to do it with what we can. So yeah, I hope that this advice may give you some inspiration to go out there and look for someone, look for friends. Also, a good way to meet people is to doing like an activity. So if you're into dance, go to a dance lesson, go to a tennis lesson, go to a football lesson. Any kind of lesson where you're with people is a really good way to be social and to meet people. So find your hobby, and the moment the moment you can do it, do it. Figuring out what the meaning of my life is, expectations and overall confusion about where I should be heading. I'm guessing you are in your mid-20s, early 20s, because young adults are always confused, because you are transitioning from, you know, that child that comes to a teenager, and you've always went to school, you've always had that path which is straightforward. You go to school, you're going back home, that's your life. And when you become a young adult, you don't go to school anymore. Maybe you finished uni or college, I don't know if you're American, maybe you finished university, and now you're like, what do I do now? I don't even know what I like. Do I want to work? Do I want to do this and that? And you're just lost. And it is completely normal because we all go through that phase. I'm still in that phase. We're all going through that phase, and especially now with the crazy thing that's happening, it's even worse. It's even worse. But you gotta be strong. You can't let yourself down and let sadness kick in, because this is not gonna help. You have to maybe take a paper, make a list of everything you like, do the pros and cons, and then choose. I don't know if you're wondering what to do in your life, like work wise or I don't know, everything wise. Take a list of paper, write everything you like, and then go through it and see what's possible to do, what's realistic. Something that I read once that I think it's so true is that every day where you didn't do something good towards someone, yeah, is a wasted day. So think about it. I know for the moment maybe you don't know what to do, but you're gonna get there eventually. Maybe go on a course, I don't know, you're gonna get there. But if you don't do anything good in your life, you don't give, you don't care, nothing's worth. So until you find what you want to do and what's your direction, do good around you. You see an old lady, an elderly person with I don't know, going up the stairs with a heavy bag, help the elderly person. You see someone, I don't know, a friend, you've got a lovely coat on, you look lovely today. Do you need help setting the table? Do you need help with the dishes? Do you want me to cook tonight? So much good that you can do around you with your family. So much good. So every day that you didn't do something good is a wasted day. Anyway, this is something I read and I love it, and it's something that I think about from time to time. So do good, and I am sure something is going to come your way. Really. Now the fourth question is, I'm preparing to move to Germany this year. In doing so, I met a girl online and we have fallen massively for one another. However, due to everything going on right now, I might have to delay the move, which would mean waiting yet another 3 to 4 months. First, I have a question. Did you meet the girl? She told me she will wait and wants to wait as long as she can, but realistically, if I'm not here by fall or winter, she might have to move on before she gets really hurt. I have enough money to move right now, but do I risk going in the current climate? If I don't get a job and I burn through all my money, I will have to leave after a few months anyway. I'm really stuck. I really want to be with this girl, but I want to do it right. Okay, so before I give you really the advice, I have to know if you met the girl already, because if you've never met, hell no. Why would you know? It's a completely not like you're living in Disney World if you're doing that. If you met the girl even once and you know that's it, that's something else, okay? But I think that you didn't meet her. I'm not sure, but what I'm gonna say right now is that waiting 3 or 4 months is nothing, okay? Now waiting a year is different. So everything depends on really what's the wait. Even waiting 6 months is not a lot. Have you seen how the time flies? Yesterday we were in December, now we are in March, almost in March. Have you seen how the time flies? 6 months goes like that. Even a year goes like that. But I can understand why waiting a whole year is a bit more impressive than waiting like 3 or 4 months that you can wait. Now, if I would recommend you first find a job before moving. Also, were you going to move to Germany without the girl? Or are you moving to Germany because of the girl? This is something else. This is totally something else. If you are moving to Germany even without the girl, then what would you do then? What would you be doing now? Would you be looking for a job from where you are now online, applying to loads of jobs, and then like providing you can travel, go to Germany and like do job interviews? That's like something more realistic. But if you are just moving to Germany for a girl that you've never seen, this is completely living in a dream. Okay? Weigh the risks and the advantages right now. So I don't have the full details for me to kind of analyze it for you. Now, my other advice is, it is very, 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 very important for any kind of relationships, more love relationships. At the beginning, you have to think with your brain. You can't let the heart decide for you, because otherwise you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes because your brain is saying no, your heart is saying yes, and then you do yes and you're like, I knew it, I should have listened to myself. It's not intuition, it's just your brain. It's your methodic and logic that is kicking in, and when you listen to your heart, there is not your logic kicking in. There is sometimes where you have to listen to your heart, but my advice is that for any beginning love relationship, listen to your brain, because your brain knows. Your brain knows. Don't think it's not possible. It is absolutely possible if you are both serious about it. As you said, with the current situation, everything is much more difficult. So that's really, really your choice. But it's a difficult choice. But listen to your brain. On that one, you have to listen to your brain. And I always say, if it's meant to be, it will be. Doesn't matter when. If you're meant to be together, you will be together, even if it's in 3 years or whenever. If it's meant to be, it will be. That's my beliefs. We are living in days that you don't want just to be wasting your money away with no security. You need a security, and I think that the girl you're with should understand your perspective, because it's not an easy decision at all. And you need someone that is understanding and not pressuring you and threatening that she's going to leave you. You want someone that's understanding and that will be able to take an intelligent choice with you. Not like that, oh, okay, well, you're lost, bye. No, you want someone that is emotionally intelligent, emotionally and intellectually. You need the compatibility so that if it has to stop, I wish it won't, but you need someone that will understand your point of view as well. That might help a lot. So if you give me more details, maybe I'll be able to give you some more advice on that. But for the moment, I don't have all of the pieces. So anyway, good luck with that, because I'm sure it's a very difficult situation. But think with your brains. Now we've got another question. So I'm having a hard time being myself because I like wearing turtlenecks that are like very colorful, but I think it's a female turtleneck. I've never heard of that word before. How do I overcome this, not wanting this sound like I wear women's sweaters, but where I can still wear it and feel comfortable wearing it around people? Okay, so first I'm going to say that if you're manly, you can wear anything, you're going to be manly. really. You can wear anything and you can be manly. Now, so don't worry about that. Now the things, I don't know what a turtleneck is, but the things you're wearing, it doesn't say who you are. Like, are you a turtleneck? No, you are you. So you have to be comfortable with you. You see, the moment you're comfortable with you, then your vibes are going to be comfortable, and people, maybe like you think that you're awkward, but maybe people, they don't think anything. You see, maybe you're just judging yourself instead. And really, like, if you like colorful, then wear colorful, you know. Did you get remarks on your fashion, or is it just you winding yourself up on your own? You see, I'm gonna say something. The moment that you're comfortable, you're confident, no one is even going to dare say something or think something. They're gonna think, very interesting style, or I love this style. So you just be comfortable with your style. And I don't know if you have a woman in your life or not yet, but when a woman comes in your life, sometimes they change up your style a bit, you know. So just don't worry about it. But if obviously I didn't see the way you look. If I would see a photo and you would ask me what do you think, I would tell you if I think it's ridiculous or amazing or very nice, cute. Like, I would tell you what I think. But because I don't have an image in my head, I don't know what to really say. Apart from apart from that you're not a turtleneck, you're you. So if you're comfortable with who you are, then be happy with the colors you're wearing. Okay, now we have our last question. I cannot control my temper. I get angry quickly if any person says something bad about me. And the big problem is the people who work with me. Okay, so I often say, and I often think, that people who get angry very, very easily or very, very quickly, first of all, it comes from a place that you've been hurt. Because if you've not been hurt, you don't get angry. You get angry because there are feelings. There is something happening. Sometimes you get angry because there is love, right? If, for example, your friend says something horrid to you, you're really going to be angry, feel pain, be upset. Now, if a stranger says something horrid to you, the impact is completely different than if someone you love is saying something horrid to you. Do you see the difference? So when you get angry, usually it comes from a place of a lot of feelings, right? Because if you don't give a crap, then you will not get angry, you will not get upset, and there will not be any kind of feeling. That would be just you will just ignore it, right? So that's number one. Now number two is when people are a little bit childish. A child thinks you owe them everything. The moment they are born, you go up and down for your child. You do everything for your child. You beat him. You wake up at night. You owe this child everything because he needs to live. His life is dependent on you. So you owe the child everything. And the child eventually grows up, and then he needs to interact with other children, and the moment he has a toy, let's say this is the toy, but another child wants the toy, then the child is shouting, "It's my toy, don't touch my toy." And this is how children learn. This is how children learn that they are not on their own, and that not everything is owned to them, and that they need to share, and that they can't get angry and throw their toys out of the basket every time they don't get what they want. You see? So there is two perspectives to someone that gets angry very easily. One is that there is a lot of emotions that they cannot control, and two is that there is something that is very childish. The first thing I want to tell you is that getting angry affects you more than anyone else. It affects your heart, it affects your health, it affects your immune system, which is not good. Do you know how many people that all their life they are stressed out because of work, because of I don't know what? They get angry, they get stressed out. The life expectancy goes down. They may have heart attacks, God forbid. It's terrible what stress and anger does to your immune system, does to your body. Your body doesn't want that. Now it's normal, we're all human beings, right? We all have anger. We can all get angry sometimes. But my advice would be, first of all, before I give you my advice, first of all, what someone says to you, why do you take it? Some things is good, like, oh, I think that next time in your cake you should put a little bit less sugar. Some things is good to take because it's constructive criticism, it's constructive advice. And some things like you should I don't know, you should not wear this lipstick shade, it doesn't look good on you. Some things you should not take. Okay, let it drop. Slips off. Why does it need to go in? It can just slip off you. And like that, you decide. You see, you have control on what you allow to come in and what the person said, and you're like, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. So that's my that's something else. Now, my advice is that every time something is annoying to you, or you know that you're gonna get angry, go somewhere else. Take a deep breath. Think, is this for me? Is this advice for me? Or should I just leave it slip off me? Is it for me? No. But you also need to be fair play, you know. Sometimes you need to get sometimes you need to be put back to your place. Okay? Sometimes we don't always behave the right way. So you need to know when you need to like take off the ego. Did I do something wrong, and is it legit that I should be put back to my place? Or is it just like mean people, or I don't know, something that's just not for me? You need to take a step back, take off that ego and think, breathe, think about it. Is it really, really worth getting angry? Are you going to be angry your whole life? No. Think of that child that has to share the game. Eventually the child learns to share, and eventually the child becomes an adult, and the adult doesn't get angry when someone takes well, it depends which adults, yeah, but you see what I mean. We're constantly learning. So if you feel that you get angry very easily, you also have to put yourself back in question, like, am I exaggerating? Take your ego away. And if you're capable of doing that, then either accept the criticism because it's something good that will make you improve, or let it slip. Don't even sink it in. That's a good way of managing your anger. And think of your health as well, because on the long term it's not good for you, and you will pay the price of the anger. So think about it. Think twice or even 7 times before getting angry. Okay, bug books, I really hope that you enjoyed this small session with me where I give you my advice. If you want to be in one of my videos, and if you have any questions, if you need advice, if you need something, you know, an external opinion, go on my Instagram, send me a DM, and I will make a second video where I will give you my advice. Thanks for watching. I wish you a lovely day, a lovely night, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.